Howdy there, YouTube world. What's going on, man? It's me, Uno. I'm back with the final episode of this 28-day risk log vlog. You know what that means? It means it's just been my birthday. Yeah, so I'm actually recording this on the 1st of March because, I really thought I was gonna get a chance to record what actually happened. But, it was just a chilled out day for real. I was just in the park with my homies chilling, chilling and chatting. That's what I love to do. So, but also shout out to everybody who wished me a happy birthday. I really appreciate all those messages of positivity. And for the ones who didn't, it's okay, I'm gonna live long to get another chance. Yeah, thank you to everyone, man, who made an effort to try to make me feel special. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening to the album and sharing your views with me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching this series, whether you just started today or you've been watching since I was more consistent at the beginning. Then, I just feel really good, man. I feel really good to have done this for myself and also for the benefit of other people who have reached out to me to say, yo, thank you so much. There's a guy, I actually used to be his tutor in school once upon a time, and a varsity. And he called me. He's like, yo, man, I've been watching that shit of yours, man. Making some decisions. Other friends is reaching out saying, yo, thank you for being consistent with this shit, man. It's like giving me perspective. So it has been rewarding. It's like lifting burdens off my chest and creating a conversation with people around me about this kind of a thing. So I'm grateful to have done it. I'm grateful for the support, grateful for all the comments, grateful for all the new subscribers. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this channel going forward. I don't even know if I must keep all this stuff, delete it, share it. I don't know. It's out there. It's like the album, I feel like I made it, man. I made it. I created it. It's out there. Whatever happens with it, as it's out there, it's what happens. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but out of the sincere desire to honor my word regarding consistency on this thing, I have to apologize. I think, to be honest, I must have just missed 2 or 3 out of 28, so it's actually kind of 25, 25, 26, or even 24, I don't know. But it's not because I didn't want to create those videos. It's more like the idea I had couldn't come into fruition. For example, risk number 25 and 26, I wanted to have a chat with this friend of mine, business partner of mine that I've been mentioning, Lucy. I've been telling her, yo, let's have a chat about, you starting a family. What are some of the risks that you feel about that? And I'll share with you mine, because I'm far from starting a family. You never know, maybe it's around the corner, but at that point where we're having that discussion, I was far from it. Very, very, very extremely far from that. So but we had to chat off camera. That's the thing, and that's risk 25. That discussion, I think the main things that she brought up were she's scared. She doesn't know how to protect her child from things like racism and stigmas and all these things that kind of mess up a person's perception of themselves, but they're going ahead with it, because I think maybe they believe that somehow what they know can affect the viewpoint, perspective, and self-perception of their child. So it's like a risk worth taking because they feel like the chances are high that they can affect. So for me, I was like, yo, I don't know, man. Like, I have weird views, man. I have weird views, like I have weird views when it comes to like starting a family, because I don't know, does starting a family mean like you need to be married? Not like there's anything wrong with being married. I'm just asking a question. Does it mean that? And what does it even mean to be married? Someone once hit me with a quote one time, and I questioned the validity, but it did trigger me. You know what I'm saying? It was like, don't marry someone you love, marry someone who loves you. And I was like, God damn. that's a perspective. And is that the basis of starting a family? I don't know. So that's like a summary of the discussion that I could have had with Lucy on camera, risk number 25. So I'm just putting it in there to show that, I did take the action, just I couldn't capture it. They got camera shy, but they're quite cool, man. Shout out to Luke and Lucy, man. Those are my homies, man. Rescue team. Risk number 26. I mean, it's still gonna come into fruition for real. It's just like it didn't come into fruition in time, which is not a bad thing. Some things take time, especially good things, So on the album, there's a song called Sitting in My Room. I kind of did like, I don't want to call it a video because videos, I feel like the term video is too intense. It wasn't that deep, I just put a camera stand, put the phone there, and just filmed and edited put a bit of effects, and asked one of my model friends, Adelaide, all the way in Cape Town, to kind of do like a flip version of what I did, because the song is called Sitting in My Room, so it's a girl and a guy talking about what they're feeling while they're in their room, so that's the shot, and I actually do have the video that I spoke about it with Adelaide, so I think I'm just gonna chop it up and add it. It's obviously gonna come. Maybe it will be before this one. I hope to get all the remaining videos out before tomorrow. I don't want to think about this risk log vlog thing anymore, as in doing it. It's been great, but it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I reached out to Adelaide, and she's down. So yeah, it was like, I've never shot video or whatever, especially that particular song, and she's never done that kind of a thing before. Like, we're kind of directing it ourselves. So after taking the fine chill videos, like, let me try something with someone else, so that's kind of the risk, trying something, remotely, and see if we can chop up a dope visual for this concept, and we will share it. She said it's done, she's gonna send it to me hopefully this week. Please, Adelaide. Yeah, so that's risk number 26. The others, they're there, man. I got it, man. I got it. I got it. So risk 28, which is like my birthday day. The question was, I was hanging with my homies in the park. We're talking about the biggest risk. What's the biggest risk you've ever taken in your life? And they told me like some very interesting stories. It was just like the four of us, and I told them a crazy story as well. There was one lady amongst us, and she's like, the biggest risk she's ever taken was like having sex across the road from her office in the car. So it's like I kind of made light of it, but not in an attempt to make light of it. You know, just yeah. I was like, so was it protected? Was that the risk? She's like, no. The risk is that anyone from work could have just, gone by. And I think like that, it is a big risk. That's the biggest risk she ever taken in her life. That was great. My other homie was like, there was a time he was in the beach at the ocean, and they told him it was high tide, but he just wanted to go. Well, it was almost high tide, and he just wanted to go. And he just remembered being pulled into the ocean and fighting for his life. And in that moment, he learned the value of his life. So the risk was like going in there. My other homie is like the biggest risk he's ever taken was refusing, even masterminding an entire plot to avoid paying a bribe to the cops after being caught, with something he's not supposed to have. Not violent, it's weak, man, So that's the biggest risk he ever took. And he played a mind game with the cops until they eventually gave up. He got away with it because, he felt he really could have gotten into trouble. And he could have, like the way he detailed the story. My biggest risk prior to coming to another understanding, the one I told them was like, this one time I was in Cape Town, I had a fight with my girl. I was down, plus I was kind of faded, and I bumped into this other lady. Actually, she man, it's crazy. So crazy. Like, I can't believe I'm even telling this story on camera. Like, she was like, yo, you dropped something. And I did, I was at the jazz festival. I think I was holding the program. She's like, why are you looking so down? I had a fight with my girl. Like, yeah, I had a fight with my girl. She's like, oh, okay, let's say, can I buy you a drink? I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I should have known because she offered to buy me a drink, but I'm the one that ended up paying for the drink. Fast forward the story, she's like, let's go hang out in my place. It's not too far from here. I was like, okay, fine. It's still kind of like, yeah, why not, man? Maybe a new friend. I get there, I sit down, she pours out some Fanta, and the first thing she says to me after she pours out some Fanta is like, she sips a glass and she's like, you see I'm drinking it, that means I didn't put anything in it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then she puts on the tea. Okay, I didn't drink the Fanta, I just put it on, like, okay, thanks. That's scary, but thanks. I put the glass down and she put the TV on. It was porn. She put porn on. Porn. Then she takes down her pants. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? She's like, do you want to fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, no, I don't want to. I don't. And she's like, well, you need to know that this is actually what I do for money. I'm like, God damn, you scammed me. I thought you were trying to be a friend. I should never have come here. She even apologized. She's like, no, I thought you knew what was going on. I was like, no, just had to fight with my girl. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, fast forward the story. She's like, yo, to get out of here, bro. Since that albino guy you saw at the door, that's the bouncer. Sorry, that's my pimp. And he saw me coming in with you, so he knows he's getting some money tonight. So I kind of need some money. I'm like, I don't have any money on me right now. Because I had come to the understanding that if I don't give them the money, you know, my life might be in jeopardy. You know, so I told her, yeah, okay, I'll give you the money, cool. I had to buy my freedom for $500, you know. In the end, you know, we had a great conversation, man. She told me she had a daughter. I have a video somewhere in my things of her singing on my Snapchat, because, you know, she says she's a singer and she kind of sang. You know, it was a crazy outcome, and it was actually quite positive. Thank God, in the end, you know, I even persuaded her to spend some of the money I gave her to pay for my taxi back home, just because I didn't feel right that she scammed me like that. And she did, you know. But that was like the crazy shit I ever did. I spent the next day at the beach, the whole day, just sitting there, just thinking about what the fuck, man. Last night I was in a motherfucking movie. You know what I'm saying? Now, yesterday, that's what I thought was the biggest risk I ever took in my life. Because that was some crazy shit. Some shit that was totally unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Just, yeah. But this risk, this 28-day risk vlog, everything I've been talking about, the undertone, the fact that I haven't been looking for a job for 28 days straight. I've been unemployed. I've never gone 28 days not looking for employment. You know, it's scary me. Putting out my music to the world, you know, I could have just, I wrote here in my risk vlog, it does cross my mind that maybe I should have just kept that music to myself and to my friends, like, you know, because now it's all out there in the world, you know. I mean, anything could happen, and it's scary, you know, like, I'm being retweeted and Instagram posted in Nigeria, you know, like, man, what if a nigga starts getting shows in Nigeria? Going to Nigeria to rap? Come on, bruh. I don't know when I dreamt of doing that. But that would be dope. But it's like still, you know? And there's a little note that I wrote here, you know, it's like, this feels like the biggest risk I've ever taken. But it's not the type of risk that makes me feel afraid. That's why I will boldly go forward. Now, I realize in doing this whole risk vlog that there are risks that, I mean, there's stupid risks and they're necessary risks, and you'll feel it. I don't know how much more to explain that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what you need to do, I think, is, you know, get in tune with yourself. Like, okay, fine. So, why is this scary? Why is doing this thing scary? What scares me about it? And understand it. And if it's like a really big thing, you know, for me, I don't know, like, what scares me about going forward and like actually becoming an artist, it's like standing for it. You say, look, okay, I made a good album, you know, now I'm gonna stand for it. Like, people calling me like, yo, Dale, we got a show for you here, and actually showing up and doing it, standing for it, not just me in my place. You know, it's a major step, like, but it's not something that is frightening. It's just something like, okay, so this is happening, it's unfolding. What, you know? And even the decision not to look for a job the whole of February is not something that I particularly found frightening or scary. I was more like afraid of, okay, fine, since I'm doing this, what's gonna happen? Because maybe I should have been doing that. It's not like I'm afraid of actually doing this. That's why I did it. But it's like, man, I'm losing all. What if every day I could have gotten that job or that job or that job or that job or that job, you know? But I'm here, you know, and I'm alright. I'm okay. I'm still fine. So, you know, at the end of the day, it goes back to a quote that I got from an old friend of mine. Shout out to Mr. Lebo Munyaki. He's the first person I ever heard saying this, you know, and it's actually the undertone of everything that I'm doing, and I feel like I had forgotten it. It's one of the most hardcore quotes I've ever come across, and I want to share it with you. Boldness is genius. For as long as you are bold about whatever you are doing, that is you accessing your genius. If you're in your genius, you're making things happen. But you need to be bold enough to make them happen. I mean, I never thought I was going to do even 25 videos of this when I started. I started with one, and here I am, you know? So yeah, boldness is genius. I may not ever be recording or putting this type of content out again. I just want to reiterate, even if you're going to go back and catch up with what we're trying to do, what I've been trying to do here, the undertone, the real undertone is boldness is genius. And sometimes you just gotta be bold enough to do the crazy shit people said you can't do and you mustn't do. Even the crazy shit you said you can't do or you won't do or you mustn't do. Be bold enough to stand against that and be like, okay, fine, yeah, but I kind of want to do it. You know, I don't know. A lot of people will disagree, but I'm like I think myself to be an introvert, you know. So coming out here and like doing this, yeah, it does come with a bit of training, like experience, but generally it's like, man, what are people gonna think? God damn. But then I also know that I don't genuinely care, or if I want to do something, I can't be concerned about what people think about what I'm trying to do. So just do it. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be bold. And boldness, gotta be bold, because boldness is genius, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been great doing this. I'm glad it's done. I need a break. Let me get back to living. Never stop taking risks. Strive, persevere, overcome. The album is out now on Bandcamp. Please buy it on Bandcamp because I actually kind of need the money. I appreciate all the support. It's nothing but love from me, man. For real, for real. And thank you for taking your time to watch it. I'm out. Peace.